Dalton Smith just knocked out the Boogeyman. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about how Dalton Smith just became a superstar in boxing. If that sounds interesting, subscribe to the channel, all that stuff. Now, there's levels to Boogeyman that Matias was, but we need to kind of contextualize things. Context is key. For those that didn't watch the fight tonight, it was a brutal back and forth action fight. I felt Smith was winning. And then in the fifth round, he lands a right hand, wobbles Matias, and then one right hand later drops him. Referee's seen enough, and the fight's over. Outstanding result. So why is this victory so impressive? Well, for starters, you have to understand 2019, which is somehow basically 7 years ago now, which is mind-melting if you think about it. But for some people, it might be like, of course it was 7 years ago. That was a really long time ago. And for me, it's like, it doesn't feel that long ago. But Matias first burst onto most people's radar when he beat Max Davyshev. Obviously, Maxim Davyshev, after the fight, passes away from the damages. Matias, obviously, it's not his fault. He's a physical fighter, but, you know, the damages from that fight led to that outcome, and it kind of, you know, then Matias loses to Petrus Ananian. I believe that was on the Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury 2 undercard. And then after that loss, he becomes a physical, rough version of Vasyl Lomachenko, not in terms of his style, but in terms of stopping people. He stops Malik Hawkins in the corner. He stopped Bartor Jukmanbov. He beats Petrus Ananian, makes him quit in the corner. Sean Ergashev. There's someone else I'm forgetting, but it was a run of like really high level guys where people kept saying, will this be the fight that he loses? Will this be the fight he loses? And he keeps not just breaking guys, but he's weaponizes pace, and he forces guys to stop in the corner. And he becomes like this scary figure where people are like, dude, like he's going to beat you up, and you're going to have, like someone's going to have to stop the warrior inside of you because you're taking too much punishment. And then he fights Liam Paro. And even when Liam Paro beat him, it was more like Michael Myers is chasing you in the Halloween series, and you're able to elude him. It didn't feel like a definitive butt whooping per se. Like Matias had his moments of threatening Paro. Paro outcrafted him, and it was impressive because he broke the luster, right? And against Puello, you know, I think what we're gonna see, and I'll get to that later, but against Puello, you know, you could arguably say you saw signs of a decline. He didn't have that same engine, but he was able to win the majority decision in that fight. Tonight, what we saw was Dalton Smith won comfortably the first 2 rounds, socked him in the jaw, didn't back down, didn't get broke down by the pressure, chose to fight Matias's fight, and then ends up knocking him out. 2 things. First off, that's like Dalton Smith talked eerily about Ricky Hatton. Well, this is a very eerily a Ricky Hatton-like performance from Dalton Smith. Because that's what Ricky Hatton did to Kostya Tszyu. Secondly, I think there's another sign that Matias had a physical style. And that style where there is some level of defense, but a lot of it is he takes shots and things add up. It's a physical style. There is technique involved. He can slip punches, but there's a lot of physicality involved. And that's going to aid you. As I said, he's been doing this for 7 years at a very, very high level. In world-class fights, he's been in world-class fights for 7 years, fighting a physical style. Maybe he's just hit that moment where his body just can't withstand certain punishment he used to take when he was younger. And it happens to everybody. Maybe at 33, that's the point. It doesn't diminish Dalton Smith, because Dalton Smith had the balls to go to Brooklyn. He had the balls to be essentially on enemy territory, have a rival promoter promote the show. There was controversy in the buildup with the fight around some test result that I don't completely understand. There was a lot working against Dalton Smith. And for him to go into this fight and knock out Matias is one of the most impressive things I've seen in a long time, because he knocked out one of the scariest guys. This is like a movie comparison, big movie guy. It's like when Ice Cube in Friday knocks out Debo. Like, that's what this is like. It's a shocking result. And I think that now Dalton Smith has just become someone that never really stood out to me. Now he's an exceptional fighter that I think will never be ignored because he had one of these legendary nights that means so much to fight fans across the world. As a fighter, you wish to have moments like this. And Dalton Smith just, not just did he accomplish a dream of becoming a world champion, but he accomplished a dream of resonating with fight fans everywhere that were rooting for him, that saw him get an improbable of sorts knockout. So those are my thoughts.